Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 7, Episode 1, New Beginnings. Yes, I know last week was Season 6, the finale, and now this is the premiere this week, and it don't make no sense, but here we are. We don't get a break from Sistas, okay? All I gotta say is, Tyler and writers, what the hell was this? What was this? We didn't want this. Like, we wanted something different, but we ain't want it like this. Like, y'all might need to go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna give it a couple of weeks, but I'm hoping all of this was a dream. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into it and talk about it. Please don't hesitate to jump down in the comments. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the channel. Share the video. If you're not subscribed and you enjoy, check out my other content and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Okay, I appreciate it. So we start off where we left off last week on season 6 with Danny's car that was a rental getting broken into. But she woke up with new hair. I like the braids on Danny. She looked cute. I'm glad all the sisters, Sabrina aside, have new hairstyles. Anywho, it was all a dream. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. So she wakes up next to Tony. They're a couple now. And of course, they are in her bed. Where do these men live? Why do they never have a home? Why is everybody? I said last week, I'm tired of seeing men in her bed. I just want to see her go to somebody's house. I just want to see her wake up over there for once, if nothing else. I'm not asking for much. Okay. Goodness. Tony tells Danny that her dream may have a deeper meaning since this isn't the first time. Like, she keeps having these nightmares and she should see a therapist. Now, we keep going back and forth between all of the different scenes. So it's going to be a lot of jumping back and forth all throughout. We see Andy with a new wig. Good. I was a little tired of them kinky twists. She was knucking and bucking and looking like she was ready to fight for a minute now. So, hey, Andy. She also had a new mystery man. I was like, okay, who's that? And then come to find out it was a bootleg Jordan. And I said, what in the Fresh Prince is this? It was funny when they did it in Fresh Prince a little bit, even though I always preferred the original Aunt Viv, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't like this. Like, why couldn't we get the old Jordan back? Where is he? So Andy is cooking for the first time ever. And Gary and Penelope stroll in. And just like Gary said, Penelope took him back. Like I knew, and y'all knew, and he knew. She knew she would. She's still 7 months pregnant because this is a 3-month time jump, okay? She looks just as pregnant now as she did before. She told us she was 7 months pregnant at that party. She should have given birth. If she's not about to give birth, she should have had the baby. But if she's not about to give birth like any day now, then what's going on? I don't understand. Karen also has a new do, and finally a baby bump. I don't know what the budget was on the bumps, but we got a bump. It is better than what we've had, which was absolutely nothing before. Pam has become an influencer in just 3 short months, honey. It don't take, all you need is one video to set it off, okay? Sometimes it don't take much. I don't know how she became an influencer so fast. I guess she said Karen's checks ain't enough and I got to get another stream of income. I feel you, sis. So she's advertising Karen's new salon that's about to open up. And I'm like, is it the place that she was looking at with the guy, or is it a new place, or did they fix the place? All I know is that the contractor, Brian, or Brandon, whatever his name is, had disappeared. He and his wife were allegedly having problems. Yeah. I don't know why they got rid of him so fast. Like, they really made it seem like something was about to happen, and then they just said, never mind. Okay. So we see Zatima, and we find out that somebody's son, but not Zach's biological child, in my opinion. He's somebody's child, but I don't think he's Zach's child. He's in foster care. Zach can't believe that Heather called the police on them. Why can't you? What did you think she was going to do? Now, she was foolish for doing it because she got herself hemmed up, but she did it. They're still going to court regarding custody with Michael, the child. So when we see Maurice, he calls Sabrina. She's actually back at her old bank in her old position. Good, because going downtown and getting demoted was just crazy. Maurice is still unemployed. Sabrina asks about Calvin, talking about, oh, you and Calvin going out on the town. And Marie said, oh, girl, Calvin moved. I'm like, when the last time y'all talked? Did y'all not talk all 3 months? How did you not know Calvin moved? Have you never been over with? What? So back with Danny, Tony is still trying to convince Danny to go to therapy. She got this old school way of thinking, talking about she had this one uncle who was a little thrown off, and he's the only person in her family who went to therapy. Girl, that's, it's a new day. It's 2024 currently. We're not thinking that people only go to therapy just when they have problems. Okay, there's plenty of reasons to go. He explains to her why and shares that he himself goes. And after he got divorced, he started going to therapy. And shout out to a Black man going to therapy. Now, maybe he should have been going before the divorce, but that's besides the point. I just don't understand how they've been talking. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all been dating for 3 months and you didn't know this man was going to therapy? Where did you think he was going when he was going there? Anyway, they start talking about other important things like the sugar going grits. And I said it before in my Make a Move review. Shout out to the people who check out those reviews. Shout out to you. Sugar goes on grits. I know I might get a lot of heat for this, and this don't got nothing to do with anything. I said if I got to eat just salt and butter and pepper, it tastes like a punishment. I can eat salt, butter, pepper, and I need sugar on my grits. Without the sugar, it's not edible for me. Anyway, back in Andy's awkward dinner, Gary is, being the a-hole. If I was Penelope, I would be like, I know she's about to have a child and, people don't want to be a single mother and all that, but girl, it's got to be better than dealing with him in this, especially knowing that they dated and they keep bringing it up. Like, it's just uncomfortable. And then he dating their brother. It's just messy. However, Andy and Jordan are in the honeymoon phase still, and they're so in love. It don't even look believable. Like, I might have believed it a little more with the old Jordan. I don't know. This new guy, I don't know where they got him from. I mean, I ain't trying to take his check, but he should have played a different character. What happened to that guy that Maurice was, that asked Maurice for his number? What happened to him? I guess we'll get there. Gary is just obviously jealous seeing Andy, thriving and moving on and living life without him. But I thought he didn't care about her. And he didn't like her. She was a pass around and whatever else he said. So Sabrina is still salty that Calvin didn't even say goodbye. And Maurice also has to give a little extra sprinkle on the top by letting her know that he left with a clear woman. She's like, a clear woman? Oh my gosh. He couldn't say goodbye and a clear woman? Girl, doesn't matter. You didn't want him. But I mean, there was really nothing else for Calvin to do. I kind of wanted Hayden to go too, but I know he got to be the villain, whatever. Where's Robin? They made it seem like he was going to come back like those children of Gary's, and they never came back. Tyler Perry is good for acting like we supposed to just forget about storylines. Like, he just thinks that we forget. No, we don't. Sabrina is with Rich now. That's one of the guys in that friend group. He surprises her at work with some roses and some compliments. And she like, oh, you stop it. And he's like, you're not used to anybody complimenting you. The worst thing you can do is let a man feel like you ain't never had good treatment before. He will love bomb you and then treat you so bad later. Ooh, don't do it. Just act like you used to this, okay? So Pam is telling Karen that Zach, because Pam said that Zach need to come help them with the salon, help them put the stuff up. And she like, I mean, he your baby daddy, isn't he? That has yet to be determined in a court of law, just like little Michael. But anyway, and he's her baby daddy, not her man. He don't, he has other things going on. I doubt he's gonna rush over there for this. Karen started talking about Fatima's edges and being all shady to them. And what? Listen, I'm glad she's moving on, but where does all this shadiness coming from? They were just on good terms, and now she's being shady. Like, why? And Fatima's wigs, for the most part, always look better than Karen. So I don't. What? Anyway, she said she don't want them at her shop. Okay. I might have hired some help to try to get people to help me move these things, but at least Pam is there. Everybody else is clearly too busy. So Zatima called Andy because Zach is worried about his possible son and he just can't shake it. And Fatima was like, well, why don't you call Andy? She's your lawyer, so she can, calm you down and let you know what to expect. Is Andy no longer a divorce lawyer? I ain't seen her working on divorce since she was sitting up there with Gary's wife. Andy does calm Zach down. Zach started talking, he started saying some wild stuff. Talking about if we get a PI and try to set Heather up. Sir, what are you saying? You don't have to set her up. She's that unfit. They'll find this out, okay? You just got to play the long game. But in the meantime, you need a real DNA test. Andy gets back to her awkward dinner. I don't know what kind of dinner this is. Ain't nobody eating nothing. Gary feels that Andy is still harboring negative feelings towards him. She's like, nope, I moved on to bigger, better, greater, more amazing things. I don't got time to worry about you with this great man of mine sitting right here. Like, she pouring on extra thick, girl. It ain't even coming off authentic. Jordan wants to run for mayor, and he says Andy may be a future first lady. Okay, Andy. Gary tries to flex and donates 100K to Jordan's campaign. So I'm as rich as I am. He was never. How rich is he? He was never like going on like this before. This is just cringy. Andy tries to persuade Jordan, like, no, you shouldn't take it. It's too much. That money is gonna come with a price. It don't come with some strings attached. Messing around with Gary. But Penelope is encouraging him to take it, and she like, you said you want to move forward, so why would you not want your man, my brother, to take the money? Like, because your man is a snake in the grass. But okay. Gary was like, yeah, listen to her. She's so smart. But anyway, he acted like he don't even like Penelope. And Gary was like, well, I got to go drain the dragon. And he gets up to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, spare us the details, please. But he was talking about doing something else, not using the bathroom. We'll get there. So Andy gonna say, yep, it's straight back. He like, I know where it is. I should know where it is. I bought the place. I would never, if I was Penelope, you would never catch me sitting up in there. Are you crazy? But girl, Andy, you tried it. Talking about it's straight to the back, make a left. Girl, you know he know where he is. Not only did he buy the place, but he been all up and through there. Had a key and everything. So back at Sabrina's branch, her boyfriend's trying to convince her to, have some intimate time in the parking lot and the outside where people can see them, someone can catch her, and she can lose her job all over again. She acting like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Girl, you are not that spontaneous. But right when they're about to go outside, she gets a call. What the call was Tony calling her, telling her to come through at Danny's. So she pops up, and Danny like, what's going on? Why are you here? And she's like, Tony called me, said we need to talk. Apparently you got something to talk about. You've been having bad dreams. And I will say, at least Tony he does so far seem like a better fit for Danny. But we don't know much about him yet. We still learning him. So back in Andy's, Penelope is telling childhood stories, and then she said pecan tree. Pecan. Do you say pecan or pecan? This almost as irritating as the sugar on grits. I know I'm alone with the sugar on grits, but I can't be alone with the pecan. I can't be. So Gary's been gone for 40 days and 50 nights. And finally, Penelope was like, let me go check on him. So Andy actually had to tell her what the bathroom is. She ain't never been there. So she go back to check on him. He up there all mad in the back, like, oh, Andy. And she up there acting all happy in this place I bought her. Yeah, sir. You thought she wouldn't move on. She was gonna be sitting there crying rivers behind you. And she moved on with your future brother-in-law if you ever get married. Ooh, my, how them tables turn. So Penelope go in there and catch him, and he's sniffing Andy's worn panties from her dirty hamper. He gonna take her panties out that she wore, sniff them, and he's draining the dragon, like he said. he's having some personal alone time with himself in the bathroom. And Penelope like, what are you doing? And he couldn't even say nothing. He had to finish what he was doing. Child, a mess. Where do you think the season's going? It's all over the place. This is what happens when you add writers on season 7. These writers should have came in season 2. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the episode. The twists and turns I wasn't expecting. And then it was still kind of dry at the same time. I don't know. We're going to see where we're going. I don't know what direction we're going in. But meet me back here next week. Check out my other content. I'll see you in the comments. Turn on your notifications. Bye.